every episode we put up a poll on YouTube where you can vote on a cryptid you would like us to debate. We get the cryptids from a random cryptid chooser generator thing, and whoever wins the vote, we debate whether or not it's real. One person says that it takes the position that it is. The other person takes the opposite position that it's not real. And this week, I think this is the 4th time in a row we've got another lake monster.
Yeah.
Has won the poll. So we might try and change up the voting system. Maybe we'll have it that like people can mail in a cryptid or something that they want.
Yeah. Is anyone going to do that though?
I don't know. If anyone has any suggestions in the comments or wants to email another way of doing it.
Because everyone just keeps voting for the lake monsters, but they don't seem to be actually watching it, so they keep wanting more lake monster content.
Yeah, because it's on. I have to put the poll on the separate YouTube channel where I can actually make a poll. We get a lot of votes, so I appreciate that, but we get maybe over 1,000 votes and we get about 100 views. So it's like the people that are voting and the people that are watching it's not the same amount. So maybe it's not fair to the people who are listening.
Yeah.
If other people are voting for something and they're not listeners. I don't know. We might try and change it up and figure it out next time. But this time we're going to be debating Sharlie, Slimy Slim, or the Twilight Dragon of Payet Lake.
You know, we might run out of lake monsters and it won't be an issue.
I don't know, man. There's like every lake has a lake monster almost.
Well, yeah. Okay, so Sharlie.
Yeah, in McCall, Idaho.
Right. Sharlie is like basically a Loch Ness monster type or a plesiosaur type maybe, living in a lake in Idaho.
Yeah, there's been a few like notable sightings, I guess. Mm-hmm. Should I run through them first and then... So I'm on the pro side this week, right? So here's reasons why you should believe in Sharlie. So apparently this dates back to Native American folklore, although I read it as like a spirit or something, so I don't know how close the modern version is to the original myth or whatever. But the first Western report was from the 1920s from loggers, I think. Or no, railway workers who thought they saw a giant log, but then it started undulating and swimming. Then the next notable one was in the 1940s, 1944. This is when multiple groups saw the creature, and they said it was about 30 to 35 feet long, had a big dinosaur head, huge jaws, and humps like a camel. And then 2 years later, another 20 people said they saw it, and they saw it diving in the water, and they said it was about 40 feet long. And that same year, a guy named Thomas L. Rogers, who was like an auditor for a local firm, said it swam past his boat, and he also described it sort of similar. Well, he said it was about 50 feet long, had a snub nose like a crocodile, swimming about 5 miles an hour. So it was originally called Slimy Slim, or the Twilight Dragon.
Slimy Slim.
Yeah, and then in 1954, it got its current name, Sharlie. We were talking about this before. Do you want to say why it's called that?
Sure. So some person called in to like a local radio station or something. She was saying, or I don't even know. I forgot the exact story, but...
I think it was a local newspaper.
Oh, okay. But she was saying, we should name the creature Sharlie after some line in this comedy
Jack Pearl or something?
Yeah, he goes, he's playing like a German or something like that. And he goes, "Was you there, Sharlie?"
Yeah.
Which is sort of funny if you watch the clip or the clips of it, but it doesn't. I
don't
mean,
know how it relates to lake monster at all.
Well, because when he says "Was you there, Sharlie," he was talking about diving into a lake to like recover something.
Sponges or something.
Yeah, because the other guy is saying you couldn't possibly bring up that many sponges.
Yeah, he said like 86 tons of sponges in one dive.
he's like, that's impossible. He goes, "Was you there?" Like saying that unless you've been to this lake, you don't know how easy it is to get the sponges or something. But...
Oh, okay. So it's like, if you don't believe in Sharlie, were you there?
Yeah, exactly. Was you there?
Dive down and we bring up 87 tons of sponges with one dive.
87 tons of sponges?
Yeah.
That's impossible, preposterous. No one could bring up that many sponges in one dive.
No?
No.
Was you there, Sharlie?
Oh, no, I was not there.
So we brought up 87 tons of sponges with one dive.
So that's what Sharlie's name comes from. This weird, like, obscure, I don't know how obscure it is, but obscure to me, radio and comedy
I think it was 1950, so it's probably not.
Right.
Yeah, so I would say in the every notable sighting, even though there's only a few big ones, there are a lot of people, like multiple tour groups, 20 people, a bunch of workers. So I don't think it's just one person making it up.
Mm-hmm.
So I think there probably is some creature that they saw. Do you think they saw a creature, or are you going to say...
Yeah, I don't know, because maybe I could... Well, the sightings are only going from 1920 to 1997.
No.
First of all, the Native American myth about it does not seem at all related. Like, that's just something people latched on to explain it. Because it was just saying that this lake is scary. This lake is scary. This lake is deep. We don't, like, something evil is in there. And that, I mean, that could mean anything. That just means that, like, you can easily drown in it because it's dark and deep and... Like,
yeah, and Sharlie doesn't seem evil, the monster.
Yeah, it doesn't say anything. It doesn't have anything to do with Sharlie. So that's just a myth that's totally unrelated and is really a long time ago. Or, I mean, it started a long time ago, but it doesn't relate to the 1920 through 1997 sightings. Are you saying there's something since 1997?
Yeah, there is. Because this is, if this is on the Cryptid website, and I guess Wikipedia says until 1997, but their source is a newspaper from that year, isn't it? Because I watched like a news report where they were saying from 2011 where they were talking about they have multiple sightings a year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
so at least
I didn't
until
see that.
the like late 2000s.
But I'm thinking it could just be like a few, like sometimes there are logs and there are waves in the lake and it moves the log around, or like a few jumping fish or something. I don't know. It doesn't.
I can see the log moving, but undulating and stuff. See, so here's sort of what I think it could be. I don't think it's a plesiosaur because I don't think it could have survived and gotten into the lake and everything. But there are sturgeon in the lake, and sturgeon live for a long time and get very big. Mm-hmm. And like, I feel like if you look at a sturgeon's head, it kind of looks a bit like a crocodile or a dinosaur. We're just gonna look at pictures. I'll put a few pictures on the screen, maybe. Look how big they are as well.
I guess so.
Like obscured a little by the water and splashing around.
Sure.
And I know some locals have said in the news report that I watched that they think it's like a giant sturgeon. Mm-hmm. And there are sturgeon in that lake, and sturgeon can get pretty big. Not that we know of, they can't get to 30 or 40 or 50 feet, but they can get sort of big. And maybe this is an exceptionally big one.
Yeah, well, I'm just thinking, like, I've been on lakes and I've seen weird things in the lake, and I haven't immediately gone to, oh, it must be a lake monster. Like, usually I just assume it's a fish. But since there was already the idea that there's a lake monster in here, like... That's what you're going to hope it is.
That's what we were saying before, I guess, yeah. But if they're telling the truth about seeing it, like, or their best estimate of the length and seeing its head and the teeth and everything, that sounds like an animal, like a real animal.
I guess it could be a fish that they saw. But it's weird because, like, we're converging on the same idea, but you're supposed to be pro and I'm supposed to be against.
Yeah.
But I'm against in the sense that I don't think that there's a weird, like, sea serpent thing in there. And you're pro in the sense that you think that there's something there and it's a sturgeon, right?
Yeah. I mean, if you look at videos of giant sturgeon swimming around, like, I don't know where the line is where you can say it is or isn't a monster. I mean, not that I don't think they're particularly dangerous or anything, but...
Well, the thing about this cryptid is it's, like, not very well fleshed out. I mean, when you're debating whether or not it exists, you're debating whether or not there is something in this lake. Because it's not like they say that it has certain powers or that they're not claiming what animal it is. And it's just like, is it there? Is there an animal there or is there not?
Another thing as to why I think it might be a sturgeon is that it's called the Twilight Dragon because apparently sightings are like during twilight, dawn and dusk.
Okay.
And I was looking up when are sturgeon most active. Mm-hmm. Dawn and dusk as well.
All right. Well.
So I think it might just be a very big sturgeon.
Yeah, but probably not just one. Like there's probably a population of big sturgeon in there.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. But maybe one particularly big one is what some of the people saw.
Mm-hmm. Right. So if you're from McCall, Idaho, please weigh in the comments. Let us know.
Yeah.
Or if you're just from Idaho and you've heard of
Sharlie? Was you there?
Was you there?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, this might be a bit boring because we've gone over so many lake monsters. But...
And we're kind of just like agreeing with... Maybe, that's what I was also saying, maybe Cryptid Court should change to like Cryptid Investigates where we just try and explain.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let us know if you prefer the debate. Let us know if you prefer the debate format or if you would rather us just explain it and not go head to head.
Yeah. And you can, if you want us to do, like you send in an email for us to debate or to choose a cryptid or something, or you have any ideas about how to do this, and you can send them to thewildworldpodcast@gmail.com. Mm-hmm. That's thewildworldpodcast@gmail.com.
Subscribe to the YouTube channel for full episodes or download the MP3 from the links below.